You're a music producer. You love making beats, but also you love making money. But you don't really know how to make money. My name is El Marquis, musician, rapper, record producer, unashamed Christ follower, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can make money by making beats.
El Marquis Productions.
Hello fellow veteran producers, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I make videos that give tips to independent artists and producers all around the world. I make tutorial videos on Logic Pro 10, I break down my beat making and songwriting process, and also I do product reviews. So if any of that interests you, I need you to do me a really quick favor. Go down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so that way you'll be notified whenever I make more videos like this, and you'll help people like you see more videos like this. Got that out the way? Bet. Let's get into the video. So about a month ago, as of the day of this recording, I made a really tough decision to actually start going full-time with music. Just to briefly tell my story, ever since I did start taking music seriously as a career, I always had some other form of responsibility, whether it was high school, whether it was working a part-time job and being in college at the same time, whether it was after I graduated from college and still continued to have part-time jobs. I always had some form of responsibility in addition to making music. And around this time last year, I actually was looking for a full-time job to work at in addition to solo making music. So actually at the beginning of January 2020, I did have a part-time job, and then the pandemic hit, and then I did have to step away from the job for a little while. We continued to get compensated for the first few months of the pandemic, but eventually they did want us to come back into work in person, and for me personally, I didn't feel comfortable being around all those people. So eventually I did resign from that job, but also in the meantime, I was applying for jobs that I could work online. So in October 2020, I actually did get my first full-time job, which was pretty much me just working remotely. So since October 2020 up until May of 2021, I was working full-time and then pretty much just treating music as if it was a side hustle or a part-time job. And even then I was still making sacrifices in order to continue making music. I started waking up super early in the morning, so I gotta have at least 1 to 2 hours before clocking into work where I could focus on music. I would wake up at 5 o'clock, make myself some breakfast, and then I'd work on music for about an hour and then work out for about an hour. I made sure I didn't do this very often, but if I did have a very busy schedule or a deadline that I had to meet, I would skip the workout and then just work on music up until I had to clock into work. So you may be wondering, okay, so why did you decide to leave that full-time job? Even though I was very thankful to not only have a job, but also to have a job that I could work from in the comfort of my own home, especially with the pandemic, I couldn't say that I was 100% happy with that job. I recognize that I have a higher purpose other than just building up someone else's dream and working for someone else's company. So after talking with my parents, and actually even more so being encouraged by them to make this decision, I decided to resign from my full-time job and really just go all in on building up my music business. Up until this point, there always has been something else occupying my time, whether it was school, working another job, or even simply just looking for and applying for jobs. Because when I was looking for that full-time job, I was actually spending a pretty decent amount of time, almost every single day, looking for work, which was taking away time from me working on music and also was just preventing me from being able to go all in and give it my all, whether it's me making my own music or whether it's me even producing or engineering for other people's music. But now I'm all in, I'm super focused, and even though I'm not generating full-time income from music quite yet, I'm on the path to getting there. I'm finding new and amazing artists to work with every single day, especially my fellow artists in the DMV area. Shout out to you guys. And now it's time to go all in. So when you are self-employed and when you do want to make music full-time, one of the tasks you need to do is to find multiple streams of income. Especially when you are self-employed, it is very important to have multiple streams of income so that way if one thing falls off, you have something else that can still generate revenue for you. So here's where I'll get into the 5 different ways where you can make money by specifically making beats. There are way more ways to actually make money off of music in general actually, but right now I want to briefly just get into 5 different ways from specifically making beats. So the first way, and the way that probably most of you are familiar with, is by selling beats on BeatStars. The process to get started is relatively simple. So in order to get started with selling beats, the first thing you'll need is, of course, high quality beats, and then also you'll need a platform to sell them on, whether it's BeatStars, which is the platform that I use, Airbit, and if you really want to step your game up, the way that I personally do it is I have my own website where I actually embed my BeatStars player on, which is also connected to my other music services, and then also I'll sell beats on the BeatStars Pro page. So getting started is relatively simple, and then the next big task is really just finding different ways to to drive traffic to your website or your beat store, and that can be through different things such as reaching out to artists specifically to work with, working with local artists, using social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube in order to get people's attention and drive traffic to your beat store, getting into using Facebook and Google ads. And I'm kind of oversimplifying it right now just so I can kind of just get the main idea out. That is probably one of, not the most popular ways to make money off of specifically making beats. If you've heard people say that selling beats online is dead, they're lying. While you're probably not going to blow up overnight, it still is very possible to generate income by selling beats online. But in order to do this, you'll have to really study how to be an entrepreneur, how to market yourself, and really learn how to make your beats at the same quality, if not better quality, than everyone else out there. Especially nowadays where it's super easy to find high quality beats. While you don't necessarily need to be the best of the best, you still need to be at a very high quality level in order to stand out from the crowd. Moving on, the next way to make money by making beats is by making custom beats. So this actually is pretty similar to selling beats on your website or off of BeatStars. And as a matter of fact, you can actually sell custom beats through BeatStars. But the difference is more so when you're selling beats to a general audience on BeatStars, you're just making a beat by yourself, you upload it, and now it's available for people to either lease or buy exclusively. If you're making a custom beat for an artist, generally they may hit you up or maybe you hit them up. Basically, you're just both getting into connection with each other somehow. And then the artist will say, hey, I want you to make me a beat specifically for me. I don't want you to upload this to your website. I don't want anyone else to have this. I have an idea in my head and I want you specifically to make it for me. And then from there, you can throw ideas back and forth to each other, really find out what sound they're going for. And then if that's something that you can deliver to them, you can make them the beat. Of course, you'll need to discuss a price that works for you both. Generally, you actually can charge more money for custom beats than you can for leasing, because a beat that's exclusive for one person is of higher value than something that multiple people can have. Is it more work than just making a beat and uploading it and then having people just buy it as is? It can be, depending on who you're working with, but it is another source of income that you should at least consider. Moving on to the third point, pretty similar to the previous point as well, you can make background music for content creators. This is really similar to making custom beats, except instead of making them specifically for an artist, you could make them for a content creator, like a YouTuber or an Instagram influencer, maybe even a TikTok personality. This is something that I personally want to venture in more. I was for a brief amount of time and I kind of just transitioned to other stuff, but this can be profitable and fun and a different change of pace if maybe this is something that you typically don't do. So what does making background music for a content creator consist of? Pretty similar to how an artist can hit you up and say, hey, I have an idea for a beat. I want you to make this specifically for me. A content creator can do the same thing. So let's say a YouTuber who makes vlogs hits you up and needs some background music for the video, and they don't want to use music from, let's say, someone like Drake or someone like DaBaby because they don't want a copyright strike. They can hit you up for some custom music that will not get them in trouble. So of course from there, you can bounce ideas back and forth from each other, or maybe even just license them a beat off of your website, which actually I have done before. There was a content creator who actually reached out to me and was looking for background music, and I gave them my website just so they could check out my music and get a basic idea of what my sound is, and then they actually just ended up purchasing a beat from the website. And then I was like, okay, cool. So you can do a similar thing by either licensing your existing beats that are already on your website to different content creators, or making it custom to them. Since a lot of producers in our community mainly focus on making beats for artists, maybe you haven't considered reaching out to other people like content creators or businesses to make music for them. Artists aren't the only people who need beats. There are content creators and businesses who need background music for their videos or their commercials or their ads or anything like that. So don't count them out. That could be another way that you can generate income for yourself. The fourth way that you can make money by making beats is by uploading them to all major music platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, TikTok, and more. If you don't already know, there actually is a very huge audience of people who listen to instrumental music. That can be anything from lo-fi to EDM to jazz music to instrumental rock to classical music, even what you may consider a type beat off of YouTube. There's an audience of people who just like to listen to music without words, maybe because they want to focus on a task, whether they're at work or reading a book or studying, or maybe they want to clear their thoughts and it's difficult to do that by listening to music with lyrics in it, and they just want to vibe out. So what you can do is you can sign up with DistroKid to upload an unlimited amount of music starting at $19.99, or you can get a 7% discount off of your first year by, clicking that link in the description below. And then you can upload your own music to all major music streaming platforms. It could be the same beats that you upload to your website and license to other artists, or maybe you're into a different style of music that maybe you don't sell sell on your website. Like for example, maybe you primarily sell trap beats on your website, but you want to start making lo-fi music, or maybe EDM music, or like some type of weird crossover of heavy metal, jazz, and country with a dash of flute music, or I don't know. Maybe you make something cool like that and you want to release that music as an artist. You can upload your beats as instrumental music through DistroKid to all major music streaming platforms and generate money every time someone listens to your music. And the fifth way that you can make money by selling beats is still building off of that previous point, which is by using DistroKid, is by collaborating with other artists and other producers on a song or a beat, uploading it through DistroKid, and then splitting the revenue amongst all of the collaborators by using their splits feature. If you collaborate with another artist or even another producer on a song or a beat, you can also upload it through DistroKid to Spotify and Apple Music, and you can use their splits feature to automatically split up the revenue that's generated from the songs to everyone who collaborated on it. So let's say you did a collab with another producer who also uses DistroKid. You both collaborate on a beat, you both agree that you want to split it 50-50 or whatever way that you two agree on. You can upload the beat through DistroKid to Spotify and Apple Music and then generate income that way. I've done that with other artists and other producers as well, where we had agreed to split it at a rate that we both agreed on through DistroKid. So I actually did make a full video on how to use their splits feature, so you can click that card in the corner wherever it is to go watch that video. So these were 5 ways that you can make money by making beats. And like I said, these aren't the only 5 ways that you can make money by making beats. There are multiple ways that you can make money by making music in general, just by stacking up your different talents, keeping in mind what needs people have, and then by finding a way to serve other people. So after hearing these ideas, maybe you want to look into them a bit more and see what things you like and what things you dislike, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, where your strengths and where your weaknesses are, and then start generating income multiple different ways today. So I highly encourage you to look into these ideas a bit further, do a bit more research for yourself. Of course, try them out for yourself, and then from there also continue to look up different ways that you can generate income through music. If someone comes up to you and says that it's impossible to make money by making music, or in the music industry or the music business, or whatever a hater or doubter would say, this video just proved them wrong. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that way you'll never miss when I upload a new video. Also, be sure to visit my website, lmarquisproductions.com, where you'll be able to check out my music, my beats, my sample kits, my merchandise, and my mixing, mastering, and consulting services. Now go down in the comment section below and let me know what are some other ways that you can generate income by making beats or by making music, and let me know if you would like me to get into these, and let me know if you would like me to get into any of these topics in further detail in another video. Let me know in the comment section below. My name is L Marquis Productions. God bless.